Good evening and welcome to the Keeping It Clear with Cody Bowen show. It's been a couple months. How are you?
It has been. I'm great.
Man, it's a beautiful day out there today, isn't it?
It is. I went golfing
Dude,
this morning.
it's so nice.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of bookkeeping to do. We're gonna take a break here in a minute and bring on Kevin Loveland and Jerry Hopkins. We'll talk about that in a second. But first off, this is brought to you by Loveland Safe Ride. Man, I can't tell you about how much good things that this program does for this community. We've had Kevin and Jerry on the show numerous times, and we talk about the impact that this program makes, and it's immeasurable, really. There's no way to really measure how much of an impact this has made, but it's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. And we'll never know. Saved lives are something that you never know about, and we can never count the numbers. We can count the rides, we can count the individuals, but we'll never count the actual impact that it had, other than in law enforcement we can say it's 100% making a difference.
Yeah, less DUI, way less
most
DUIs,
of the time, none. Crashes, everything that falls into that category.
Yeah,
way down.
So funny story, Kevin. I guess Kevin called Cody or texted him and said, "Can we come crash the show?" And what we're gonna do is they did a fundraiser for a Sled Springs Branch Bull tag right here. There's over 350 tickets. After the break, we're going to have Kevin and Jerry come on, and they're going to draw a winner tonight. And so if you're watching, share this, because we're going to know the winner here in just a short amount of time, Cody.
Yeah, so he calls me and says, "Can I crash your show?" And I'm like, "Bro, it's your show.
Yeah.
You sponsor this. You do whatever you want. Come on in."
He did forget, probably. He sponsors so much stuff.
Yes.
It's so involved that he probably did forget, which, I mean,
Yeah, that's okay.
this shows you the character, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like it's crazy. So this over 350 tickets sold, and it's for a really good tag. I mean, I don't know the Sled Springs Branch Bull tag, but Hancock Forest property, but it's got to be good. People wouldn't buy the tag if it wasn't.
I don't want to say it's guaranteed because anybody can screw up anything.
Yeah.
But it's a good spot to get a tag in, and
anywhere on Mount Emily is a good spot to get a Branch Bull. Right?
Well, yeah, but that's Sled Springs, so you're looking more east of us.
Oh, are we?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah.
So it's towards.
It's like out North Elgin, Promise Road.
Oh,
out
okay.
in that
That's
area.
still
Yeah.
that ain't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
We talked with Kevin and Jerry a little bit about this fundraiser that they're going to do on May 10th for Loveland Safe Ride. That sounds like it's going to be cool. Music. They're doing. They're having a silent auction and a raffle. So if you have anything to donate for that, just get a hold of Kevin or Jerry at the funeral home. You can message either of them on Facebook. I think Kevin might have a Facebook page. If not, you can get a hold of him at the funeral home, or Jerry's on Facebook, Jerry Hopkins, or you can, just stop by there or call there. Or there's lots of ways you can get. They're not going to turn you down if you're donating something for a fundraiser. No way.
No, you take it.
May 10th. They don't have a time yet. As soon as we have a time, we'll let you know. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have Kevin and Jerry on, and we're going to do the drawing for this tag. Yeah, Loveland Safe Ride. We'll be back. All right, we're back. Welcome back to Keeping It Clear with Cody Bowen. One of the things that I want to tell you guys right now that are watching is the way we share this information is you like and you share this, and we'll get more people in here watching. We're going to give away this branch bull tag here in just a second. Cody, what do you think?
I think I have one ticket in there,
Yeah.
and there's a reason that he's drawing this, because I think my name's going to come out of there, and I don't want
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
I don't want anybody to think this is rigged by any means. So.
Oh, okay. So,
Right.
Kevin and Jerry, how are you guys?
You know, we are fantastic. This guy is even more fantastic.
Absolutely.
Look at that permagrin on his face after winning Union County Citizen of the Year, after making sure 200,000 people. I goofed up and said the wrong number. I think I said 125,000. But I don't run the program. He's kind of calculated it out, about 200,000 people that he has made sure that people get home safely. He finally was recognized for it.
That's
Congratulations,
so awesome.
my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
awesome.
Very honored.
It was
very honored.
It was a wonderful night. It was very emotional, and because of him, Loveland Safe Ride also won the Organization of the Year, and everyone knows it. Like, I get all the credit, but Jerry does all the work. Between Jerry and Pam prints all the stuff up, just like she did today on the back of that bag. If everybody wants to see
Beautiful
that,
bag.
thank you very much,
Come right
Pam.
over here, Benny.
And-
on my camera. There you go.
But I also personally want to thank Joe from Hancock Forest Property. He's the one who donated the tag, and Joe is a wonderful guy. They give tags away all the time for good causes, and this is a branch bull tag in the Sled Springs unit, and we've had a lot of participation. Loveland Safe Ride just recently received nonprofit status.
Yeah.
And the concept of what we are trying to do is, one day after I retire, I don't expect Ian or whoever buys the funeral home, I don't expect them to have to front our program, because realistically the Loveland Safe Ride is costing us about $100,000 a year.
Wow.
Between everything that we do, from sponsorship and signage and paying our people and fuel and insurance and everything. It's just kind of a combined effort. That is, and I don't mind. We work hard every day, and we work hard to support the Loveland Safe Ride, but we're trying to make it to where it's self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Now that we've grown up into Wallowa County, Jerry is keeping incredibly busy up there, and we're just trying to take the Safe Ride to the next level, and eventually, hopefully, get it to where this program just continues to go on, even one day after I'm dead and gone myself.
Yeah,
And so we're going to be talking. We've already talked with Senator Todd Nash, Representative Mark Owens, and they're going to help us once they're down in Salem right now. And of course, they're in session, and they're busy. So we don't bother them when they're in. I think they call it session. I'm not a politician.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
But once they get out, they're going to get Jerry and I in front of some places, and I goof this word up all the time, philanthropical groups.
Sounds right to me.
Some of these more philanthropical groups that support programs like this, and because really, I would finally like to start paying Jerry for what he's worth, and because I'm kind of cheap. But, yeah.
Well, and that'll put Loveland in a position, the Safe Ride program, in a position to not rely on you, which you said, down the road, you don't want to put that burden on somebody else.
Right.
So if we can get it to a point where it's making enough money, whether it be through fundraising or whatever else, grants, there's a lot of different avenues that you can look to, but you want it to be self-sufficient, like you said.
Absolutely.
That's so
Absolutely.
awesome. Jerry, the fundraiser, May 10th, tell me about it.
Well, we're going to have a little fundraiser at Benchwarmer's parking lot on May 10th to raise, proceeds to do more driving events, eventually get some rigs, all that stuff. We're getting some donation items already sent to us, and if you'd like to donate something for our silent auction or raffle, please contact me or Kevin. Probably me, because Kevin will forget. But
He's right.
He didn't even know he was the sponsor of this show.
but
I did not.
we are going to have a
proud.
live band that night. We got some things coming up in the works.
The Wasteland Kings have volunteered to come help us out. Matt Scarfo from Benchwarmers has offered to donate the burgers and the hot dogs and the facility, and we have had a unbelievable amount of of positive feedback and a lot of contributions towards it. So sorry, I know I interrupted.
Oh, that's
you.
okay.
It's like I'm at home with
that's
my wife.
awesome. May 10th. We don't have a time yet, but just mark that on your calendar that May 10th you're going somewhere to support a awesome cause.
And I think the sheriff's going to be down there waiting tables, helping us out. So,
Oh,
put him to work.
yes. We are not
Put him to
putting
work.
him to work.
oh,
He gets to come down and have fun.
okay.
Yes.
Oh, he gets to
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah.
So what about the last event? What was the last event? First off, the
Pub crawl.
No, the dinner for Johnson.
That
That was the last event you drove for, right?
Yeah.
there was
the
3
same
events
night.
that night, actually.
3 events that night.
Yes.
So how? Tell me a little bit about that night.
Well, we
When
had
it
Dan
comes to
Johnson,
Loveland.
great guy, great benefit. We had Oregon Hunters Association banquet. We also had the pub crawl here in Eastern Oregon. I started at 2 o'clock picking somebody up and giving them a ride.
In the afternoon.
That was me. That was me.
2 o'clock.
Well, anything worth doing.
Yeah.
He had to go set up
He had
for
to go set up,
Dan's event.
Me and one guy, we handled over 200 people that night, and we,
200 rides.
yeah, it was raining. We'd pull over on the side of the street. People thought, God, these guys are amazing. Yeah,
Awesome.
but I got to hear about our organization. Everyone knew about the Organization of the Year award. It makes me very proud.
Yeah.
I
it
think
was all-
everyone knew about the Citizen
No.
of the Year. Yes.
No,
Yes.
the Union County Chamber of Commerce did do a good job of putting it out there who won Citizen of the Year,
good.
and who won Organization of the Year in Loveland Safe Ride, which, I mean, that's a long time coming for Loveland Safe Ride.
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of deserving people, and I feel very honored. I mean, it's, we have so many great people here in Eastern Oregon,
And when you're looking at the Safe Ride program, years ago when I first started it, I started renting vehicles, and then the dealers all came to me. Goss Motors, Legacy Ford, Legacy Dodge, the other guys, they all came to us and said, stop renting vehicles. Just take our vehicles. So Jerry can call any one of these places any day of the week, even last minute, and say, I need a rig. And these guys will donate their rigs, and we don't have to clean them up afterwards. They just give us the rigs so we can do what needs to be done to get people home safely. And they need just as much credit for our program as we do, because trying to rent vehicles, well, there's not vehicles really that many to rent in town. I know a few of the dealers do it, but it's truly been a blessing how everybody has chipped in. And our guys that have worked for Jerry at the Safe Ride, they're just unbelievable. And I have to tell you, and Dodgy, you've ridden in the vehicle.
Yeah.
You know what goes on in those vehicles.
Yeah.
People get in, they're loud, they're drunk, they're screaming, they want music. They're sometimes in fights with their spouses, and there's a lot.
I got all of it that night.
There's a lot, and I can tell you. And you asked about that night. So my almost son-in-law was driving one of the vehicles, and there was a guy in the vehicle, and he told a girl that if she did not be quiet, he was going to punch her.
Oh, wow.
And our driver Tanner turned around and said, "What did you say?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's what I said." And he goes, "Did you mean that?" And he goes, "Yes, if she opens her mouth one more time, I'm going to punch her." And he just stopped the vehicle and he said, "Get out."
Yeah, that's easy.
And that's how we operate. If you're not going to be respectful to our drivers or the people in the vehicles, our drivers can put up with a lot. Jerry's put up with me for years. And I take those rides home.
And you,
Trust
Cody.
me, from the rodeos. I take those rides home, and they put up with a lot. You've seen it. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's not so fun. Much fun. And it's truly been amazing. And I want to thank all of our drivers. There's a long list. I know Cody would like to get a few words in for why he's here tonight, but
You're sponsoring the show. Don't worry about it.
We got a whole show. He's good.
show.
And I do have to admit, I did forget that we sponsored this show. So I am sorry, and I'm sorry, Brent, but
funny.
he still cashes my checks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
All right, so let's do it then. I
right.
guess there's not much more to do. Loveland Safe Ride fundraiser. It's a branch pull tag, Sled Springs.
And if you don't mind shaking that bag,
Yeah,
and then
I'm gonna
just
shake it up.
and then just
I have no ties. I don't have a ticket in
Yeah.
here.
He doesn't even have a gun.
I'm not picking Cody's on purpose.
Oh my
if I
gosh,
pick
don't
it.
you draw
I'm
Cody's
going
name.
deep in here, and
All
I'm just
right.
gonna find
All
one.
Let's go.
all right.
There it is. I got it.
Who do
You
we got?
You can't
Yeah.
get up. You can't get up.
Yeah.
I'll let Kevin announce it.
Okay.
If you can reach that,
Well, yeah.
there you go.
Jim Brown from Baker City,
Jim
Oregon.
Brown.
Jim Brown.
Blue Brothers
Jim
Lesh
Brown.
And so,
And we can cut this. We'll cut this out in
Okay.
case he hasn't seen it, and we'll repost
okay,
it. too.
Jim Brown, thank you very much for your support. And I have to tell you something about Jim Brown. When Jerry called Jim, Jim said, yes, I will buy some tickets. Jim's never even taken a ride in one of our vehicles. He's just a business owner. They have the Les Schwabs there in Baker City. He's just a business owner that wanted to contribute to our program. He might have taken a ride at some of the rodeos, but I know we didn't take him back to Baker County. And so, but what I can, oh, we did?
No, I'm
But what I can tell you is a lot of business owners just would pay with a business check so they can write it off. Jim and his wife wrote a check out of their personal account for the Loveland Safe Ride. And I know this is a plug for Jim, but thank you all, everybody that bought tickets. I have a lot of really good friends that bought a lot of tickets, and I kind of told them I had a good feeling they were going to win.
Of course.
So for all of you that didn't win, I do apologize, but hopefully if Joe Justice might offer us a ticket next year, there's always next year.
Yeah, right? Make it a yearly thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we want
Let
to
me
do.
see that. I don't think my name's
Yeah.
in there.
I threw it out.
Yeah, they were all in there, man. I promise.
All right.
We'll be back after a short break.
All right. Well, Kevin, Jerry, I appreciate you guys coming on, even though you didn't even know you were the sponsor
Right.
of the show.
Well, I appreciate you
had to
guys and
get
the plugs you always give us.
some, permission to come on, but Jim Brown's the winner, and
Yes.
we'll cut that and get it out in its own little thing, and you can let him know too. I
Okay.
mean, obviously,
I'm going to give him a call as soon as we
this
leave
will let
here.
everybody else know that Jim Brown won a hunting
Ranch Bull Tag.
Yeah.
ranch bull tag
Sled
for Sled
Springs.
Springs. Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Well,
And-
Again, thank you guys very much, and I truly want to thank everybody for their support for the Loveland Safe Ride. You guys are awesome. Everyone is, and thank you, Jerry.
No, thank you. I'm-
keeping-
So when Cody and I come back, we are going to do what we normally do. We're going to talk Union County Sheriff stuff. And you got to remember that this is a show that promotes transparency. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll be more than willing to fire away at Cody. Make them hard ones.
Okay.
I'm all for it. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Thank you again to Kevin Loveland, Jerry Hopkins for showing up and doing the raffle for I mean, they are the sponsor of the show. So it's the greatest program ever. I mean, it's saved countless lives. Loveland Safe Ride. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Eastern Oregon is full of interesting people, with interesting minds and interesting things to say. Here at EO Live, we're committed to connecting you to these intriguing people with EO Talks. We let our special guests share their ideas and life experiences with deep, open, engaging, and inquisitive conversations. You'll also be informed in depth on some of the most recent and relevant events, issues, and more. EO Talks on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku. Here in Eastern Oregon, we're blessed to live in such a wonderful area, and though it may seem mild-mannered, there's actually quite a lot that goes on in this area. And apparently, there's two dinguses who happen to be here that are actually crazy enough to get up at the crack of dawn to talk about it. Tune into AM Live on EOA with Brent and Doddsy, featuring special guests, weather, sports, news, and more, every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m., only on EOA Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
Welcome back, keeping it clear with Cody Bowen. You're all leaning
all
back like you're
back.
on your couch at home. Brought to you by Loveland Safe Ride. Yeah, this is your first time on the set since we
Yeah, this is all new
switched it
format
around.
for us. So usually we're across side to side, and
Yeah.
I feel real slouchy right now. But
Yeah, you
I'm
look
just gonna
real
go
slouchy,
with
too.
it.
You came in today and you smelled like fresh.
I did. I didn't want to
What
stink.
kind of cologne do you wear?
Eternity.
I don't know. Oh, that's old school.
It is old
Yeah,
school.
Calvin Klein.
Yeah, it's like Drakkar, back in the stuff in the 90s.
Yeah.
Cool water.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know who wears old perfume, and I catch it every time? Heather Watson. She wears Tommy Girl, and you could if you're our age, you know Tommy Girl, right?
The only one that really sticks out to me was the Polo that smelled like the patchouli oil.
Oh,
type.
I'm not a patchouli oil fan. My mom wears
smells like a
patchouli oil
Subaru.
sometimes. Yeah. All right, keeping it clear with Cody Bowen, Union County Sheriff. Let's start it off. I'll ask a question. You guys know that this is a show that promotes transparency in the Union County Sheriff's Office, and we're gonna promote transparency.
Let's
That's what we
promote
do.
it.
Well, my first question is how'd that benefit dinner go for Johnson the other
Man,
night? Let's talk about that.
dude, I'm a crier, and you're gonna make me cry. I can't.
I got a shirt. I got a shoulder.
First off, just Deputy Johnson and his family, they've been going through a lot, and he's not the only one affected by his immediate family in his immediate family with cancer,
Right.
and his children, and to have it hit us so hard at the office with a guy that's in his mid-30s, more physically fit than a lot of people, happy in life, great things going, and for something like this to happen is devastating. It's crushing. What I will tell you is that his spirits are high. He's confident he's going to come back to work. He will remain employed with me until somebody puts a gun to my head and says no. He's one of those guys that everybody has rallied behind. This community, man, the amount of donations that we had and the turnout, like Jerry said, there was the Oregon Hunters Association banquet going on, which is an annual thing that huge
Yeah.
everybody goes to around here. They also had that pub crawl going on, and then I also think there was a daddy-daughter dance that was going on.
There
was
was.
missed. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot of activities going on, and the folks at the White Barn donated the venue to us. The caterers donated everything.
Wow.
Yeah, Mine City Catering, the Rustic Nail, I hope I got that right. But they donated all the bar services. We had vendors from the liquor store, not the liquor store, they can't donate alcohol,
Right,
but their
no.
vendors, the vendors donated. Heinz Meat donated all the food. My cousin Tiara Simmons and a couple other ladies just took this and just rolled with it, man. And it was absolutely amazing. The turnout, we packed it. It's 250 seat venue. It was amazing. Representative Bobby Levy was there. Members of the community, family, friends, a lot of law enforcement people. It was just amazing. Just the love in that room. And then Dan and Sarah showed up, and
Oh, they were there.
yeah, they showed up, and I told him, I was like, dude, don't come. You're gonna get mauled and hugged, and everybody's gonna ask you how you're doing, and it's like, just don't put yourself through that. And he's like, I'm not gonna miss this. And he's still regular chemo treatments and just fighting for his life, and he shows up just to say thank you. Dazzy, I can't tell you the love that was in that room, man. It was absolutely amazing, and I think it was love for Dan and his family and what he does, but for that law enforcement family as well. It's not every day that they get to come out and say thank you for protecting us. Dan's out there literally putting his life on the line, and people are coming in to say thank you for what you're doing, and this is how we can help. And
Yeah.
I cried a couple times that night. It was emotional.
It's absolutely amazing, but it doesn't surprise me one bit.
No,
Not here.
No,
You
it's
know.
it's not surprising. No.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
I know how this place operates.
Yeah.
It's just it's one of the things that I love about LeGrand.
Yeah.
Like
And the people that were there, I mean, even the folks that showed up to spend money, the money that was spent, you weren't going to find a good deal on anything there.
No.
Right? I mean, they
No.
came in. I mean, there was items.
Shouldn't be.
Justin Armstrong donated a knife for us.
I got a couple.
We got a couple knives, but this is just one that stood out to me. But he retails for about $250. And that knife, I think, went for almost $900.
Wow. He's
And
a fellow.
He's a fellow
law
law. He's an
enforcement
Oregon State trooper.
officer,
Yeah,
yeah.
he used to work for us. Used to work with me in our office.
Yeah, you did.
But that was the kind, and then people there were like, "Hey, I want to donate." You know, business owners that showed up that didn't have an opportunity to donate beforehand. They're writing stuff on
checks.
paper, and they're like, "Here, auction this off. I want to
that's
donate this."
awesome.
Royal Rock donated rock. I mean, there was just people that, it was just amazing.
Wow.
It was inspirational. It really was. So
That's awesome. Your mom says, Loveland Safe Ride is a blessing. Thank you. And then Steve Konopacki says, hey, Cody, did you bring any pictures to share?
Did I bring any pictures to share? So Steve Konopacki, I love you, brother. So I got this neighbor down the road, and a shout out to him. His beautiful wife just passed away a few days ago, and I know it's hit him pretty hard because I haven't seen him a lot lately. But the Konopacki family has been tremendously supportive to me. Mr. Konopacki Sr. is very creative on
I've seen
Facebook. Some of the
I'm friends
pictures.
with him. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen
He
his
sent
stuff.
some pictures out of he'll draw me up in some spurs and a cowboy
Yeah,
hat
I've seen
and
all kinds of-
standing next to a donkey on my
He's
new
a
patrol
meme
rig.
creator.
He is, and it's amazing. But yeah.
Cartoonist, kind of
Yes.
like that, like the new era of
Yes.
cartoonists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does a good job. But no, I'm
pretty
not
cool.
sharing any pictures.
All right, so let's man, that Dan Johnson thing, that's so touching. It's just awesome. It's
Yeah.
and like I said, doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit. What's new at the sheriff's office? What do we got going on?
What's new? Just locally, I know there's a lot of stuff going across the state and the nation, but just locally, we are in the process of hiring potentially 3 positions.
3?
Yeah, and I've
Full
had
timers?
yeah.
Another
I've had
resource officer, I know that.
another school resource officer, which is really exciting to me because I'm all about prevention and working with the kids. That's where my heart's at. We had Embler School District, the superintendent, approached me, and we got together with Intermountain ESD, George Mendoza, Carter Wells, and Lance Dixon out in. So we have LeGrand, North Powder, Union, and Embler School District, and Intermountain ESD. We sat down at a round table and just started crunching numbers, and this is what they want. Embler really wants the best program out there. Which
Randy Waite is there.
Randy Waite, yep. Randy's a superintendent and outstanding guy and very motivated to
He
make
was
this
my
happen.
coach.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, he was here
been
for a long
around.
time, and then he went to like Riggins, Idaho, and then came back to Embler. But yeah, he coached me at LeGrand.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, if I did
I got
better
you off track there.
extracurricular activities as a youth,
Oh,
I probably would have
had
known
a
it.
few of those too. But okay, so
But anyway, so Embler was the crucial partner in this. So we worked out a schedule. We worked out, of course, the contract, the funding, when the guys are going to be where, and it's a benefit to LeGrand Middle School. They're going to get some more focused patrol. Union and North Powder are going to get more focused stuff at extracurricular activities at night during the games, during the winter sports. Embler is also going to get all of that, but they're also going to get the best program taught to their elementary kids. So it's a win-win for everybody, and it created a new position for me. We're looking at I asked for a minimum of 4-year contract. None of those details have been worked out yet as far as the contract being signed or anything,
but it's posted as a
it's
as
posted.
A job
It's posted. Yeah.
opening.
Before I got up from that table, I made them all give me their word that nobody's going to back out of this because I want to talk about it. I want to be excited about it because it's something that the community gets behind, and our SRO, our school resource deputies in Union County,
Justin Hernandez, and
Justin
Tony
Hernandez, Tony Humphreys, and myself before I got elected, obviously, but it's the heart of our office. Working with our kids is something where we really make a difference, and to have that going into another school and additional into the rest of our community, I'm really excited about that. So we're hiring for that. And then we have a full-time position that opened up. I had a deputy that had a change of heart, great deputy, been with us for a few years, just decided that it wasn't for him anymore. Totally respectable. I don't want anybody spending
No, you don't want somebody
10
to
years
stay
of
if
their
they don't-
life
yeah,
and
miserable.
and regret it down the road. So left on great terms. Admire him for his decision that he made, but that opened up a position for us. So we have a patrol position there. I'm working with some retirements that are possibly coming up within the next 6 months to a year. So we're looking at building a list for some other people. And man, we have got some absolutely amazing candidates. I'm excited. The pay for union or for anywhere in the state for law enforcement, it's on the lower end.
Yeah.
So it's hard to recruit people and get them here. But the morale in the office, the way the sheriff's office has been ran for the last 4 or 5 years, our communication, our leadership style, the lack of micromanaging, the expectations that are put on the deputies, it's drawing really good candidates in. So I'm excited for it.
Love it.
Yeah.
It. And was there one more job open too?
Possibly. I'm
possible
working
job
with the city of LeGrand. Chief Bell, he's working on his end. They're going into budget cycle right now.
Okay.
So we're trying to. I really need some help from LeGrand to keep our drug task force going.
Yeah.
We need 4 people to make that thing function, and right now we have 1. We have one of my guys that's doing it with some help with some other deputies and sergeants to make it work. But I'm trying to get them to fund a position so they can put somebody in there. If I do fund that other position, then I'm going to get another full-time position from the county. So we'll have 3 people in the drug task force.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Things are moving and shaking right now.
Good.
I'm excited.
Good.
Yeah.
Steve Conpacky says, thank you for the kind words, Cody. You guys, this is a show that promotes transparency. It's all about being transparent. So if you have any questions for Cody, put them right here in the comments. I will ask him. Or if you're watching on YouTube or some other Roku, you can email me at Kyle@EOAlive, EOALIVE.tv. And I'll ask Cody the question too. Well, let's start it off with what everybody's been talking about. 114.
Yeah.
Back in the courts.
Back, kinda, yeah. So Measure 114, as everybody knows, Harney County found it unconstitutional. That was challenged. There's been a stay
In
on
circuit
it.
court.
In circuit court.
Yes.
That went to the Oregon Appellate Court. They did a very sloppy summarization and opinion that they put out that it is deemed constitutional. And I say sloppy because
that came out March 12th.
Not very long ago.
Yeah,
yes.
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. So everybody was excited on the west side thinking, woohoo, this is going to go into effect. And we have the 30 days, but it
35, actually.
35, correct. Yeah. It will be appealed to a higher court, and then where it goes from there.
So it's at Oregon Supreme Court right now. Right?
Has it been refiled?
Yeah,
I thought they were going to wait
sure.
until like 28, 29 days.
I want to say the NRA got involved. I'm not exactly positive on that part of it, but it will go to the Oregon Supreme Court next. That's where it goes.
If they choose to see it, then they can offer an opinion on it. If they choose to kick it back and leave it as it is, then that's how it is. I do want everybody to know. I mean, I'm going to speak freely.
I mean, that's what this show is.
I'm no politician, and I'm going to give you the answer. You're going to know who I am. Tattoos popping out of my collared shirt. This is who I am, right? I'm going to give you a no BS political answer. Measure 114 does absolutely nothing to prevent teen deaths, kid deaths, gun violence in the state of Oregon. It does absolutely nothing. It's been created by a group of folks that it's a feel-good bill that, woohoo, we're doing something for gun regulation and whatnot, and all it is going to do, it's going to turn honest, law-abiding citizens, even possibly cops, into criminals right off the bat. It's going to take the fact that this is just the crazy parts about this is it does absolutely nothing to address our mental health issues, to responsible gun ownership outside of the people that are responsible already. It doesn't increase any safety when it comes to background checks. You don't have cooperation between your local sheriff's office, OSP, and FBI when it comes to fingerprinting issues.
No. The FBI already said they won't do the fingerprints.
So let's put this measure into place. And I'm going to take your fingerprints, and it's going to make some people feel really good about it. Those fingerprints are going to get shipped off, and they're going to sit there. They're not going to do anything with them. And you already get your fingerprints taken when you're purchasing guns. It does absolutely nothing. And then the thing that really frustrates me is that you have to go to your local sheriff's office because they laid this on our shoulders. You have to take a class, which they're not helping us. They're not adding staff. The state's not paying for staff to help us do this. So we have to have at least 2 deputies, law enforcement officers, teach this class. Then you have to show them that you're proficient in the gun that you want to buy, which Okay,
Yeah.
I can't buy the gun yet, but I'm going to show you that I can keep it safe and I can make this gun function. And when there's ways around that we're working on. We've worked on the criteria for the class. We've worked on the PowerPoint. I'm ready to go if they say we have to do this, because I don't want to inhibit anyone's ability to purchase a firearm, especially a lawful purchase of a firearm.
Right.
We'll be ready to go. But I can tell you from the first person that walks through that door, and let's just talk about concealed handgun license, people that possess a concealed handgun license in Union County.
Okay.
I have 2 people in there teaching the class, running the backgrounds, or sending the backgrounds off, doing the fingerprinting, right? And observing the proficiency. It's going to take me at least a year. Let's just say if I do
everybody through.
If I do 6 to 10 people on an 8-hour day, 6 to 10 people, it's going to take me a year to get from the first person to the last one.
Oh wow.
So this person's waiting 365 days before somebody says that he's okay to go buy a gun. What other constitutional right do you have to pay to exercise? Do you have to get a permit? Do you have to have a sheriff tell you it's okay? There isn't anyone.
I can't argue.
Freedom
it
of speech.
seems like we try, and this happened with the Measure 110 too, right? The
Yeah.
drug bill.
Yeah.
Like we put the horse in front of or behind the carriage.
Yeah.
The carriage in front of the horse.
Absolutely.
It's like we don't have the infrastructure or the stuff set up to do this yet. We're trying to put through these laws that are going to put a huge burden on the people that are keeping us safe.
It
doesn't
does
make a lot of
absolutely.
sense
It does
to me.
absolutely nothing. Our state is. You're going to get me pissed off here, but I mean, I love Oregon. I don't want to move to Idaho. I want to fix our state, but we have to fix it at the top. We have a serious problem with politicians that are catering to being reelected. We have a group of politicians that are catering to these feel-good bills that make absolutely no sense at all and do nothing to produce any type of real changes. We're not addressing mental health. We're not addressing addiction. We're not building any more treatment centers. We're not giving these people places to go or options, and we're damn sure not holding them accountable in the court of law. Not to any fault of our judges or our DA or our cops. The system itself is
broken.
Yes,
Beyond broken.
broken's a good word.
Yeah.
Yes, but we really need to address that, and I'm not extreme one way or the other, left or right. We need some people. We need people to come together and work together, Republicans and Democrats, to say what really works. Stop voting Democrat just because you're a damn Democrat. Stop voting Republican just because you're a Republican. Educate yourself on these. But Measure 110 was a disaster, and it took them 3 years before they realized. And then they still come back with, well, we still need to kind of work on this, and let's do a deflection thing. And it's like,
Yeah, what has to happen
dear
in order
God, let's
for
hold
you to
people
know?
accountable. Let's show them that there's consequences for their actions. And I'm not saying throw everybody in jail, but we have to hold people accountable. We have to start with our kids. We have structure in the home, requirements to go to school,
Extracurricular activities. We talked about that on the morning
Yeah.
show today.
Yeah.
How important that is, like whether it be sports or
Yeah.
getting involved in theater, anything. It's like-
Anything. Yeah. So
Keeping It Clear with Cody Bowen, brought to you by Loveland Safe Ride. Once again, Jim Brown, the winner of the ticket, or the drawing winner, not the ticket. It's an actual tag for Sled Springs Branch Bull Tag. That's pretty cool. Let's get off of okay.
Get
If
me
nobody
off
has
my-
any
get me off my
questions about
stage.
114, we're getting the heck away from it. What's the most pressing issue right now? Union County Sheriff's Office.
again, I will just reiterate addiction and mental health.
Right.
It's pressing across the state. It's pressing across the county. It's frustrating. The laws that are not there, or the laws that do absolutely nothing. It's frustrating. We have a lot of people that, not a lot of people, but people get angry at law enforcement because they feel like we're not doing anything, and that bothers me because I have a bunch of just absolute meat eater guys that are out there and they are working their tails
Grinding,
off.
yeah.
And they're doing their job, and they're doing it very well, and we're providing an excellent service. But the accountability on the end of it, these people are right back out on the street, and that's frustrating. But we're not giving up. The guys have positive attitude. They're doing everything that they can within the means of the law, and I'm super proud of them. But yeah, there's some frustrations, that can be addressed with legislation and voting. And we have some really good people over there. We have some representatives, we have some senators, we have some congressmen, we have commissioners. Our county commissioners have been back and forth to Salem. I can't tell you how many times. advocating for us and the things that we need right here in Union County. So we have a lot of good support. Oregon State Sheriff's Association, we have a number of sheriffs that are spending time breaking their back down there, testifying and giving factual information and realistic information, just hoping that the people that are listening are hearing them.
Yeah.
But
anything new and exciting other than the job openings? I mean, is there anything that, sets the old buzzer off for you right now?
the weather,
that one?
the weather sets the buzzer
yeah.
off.
Yeah, I meant at the police, at Union County Jail.
Yeah, we're going into budget season. Everybody is, for that matter. I'm excited for, we have a great relationship with the commissioners. I have needs that I asked for that have been met over the years. I look forward to continuing that with the budget committee. I'm excited about the future of our office. I've never seen a group of applicants that we have right now. I mean, there's guys that have applied that, Deputy Kyle Whitty, Deputy Hernandez, they hold some records down at DPSST, which is the police academy, right? Number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
Physical fitness, right? I
Yeah.
mean, just absolute, just specimen.
That's for the whole state all time.
For the whole state, yes.
Yeah.
For the whole state. Our little old department with our 30 deputies, 2 of those guys hold 1 and 2. I've got some guys that are coming in that are potential employees that are applicants that might give them a run for their money. And I'm super jacked up about it. Because, I mean, it's like you get down there and you see the names on the wall and you see all these other organizations and all these other sheriffs and chiefs and stuff there. And it's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
I mean, these are quality people. Yeah. And there's people trying to snatch them up all the time. I got other sheriffs, and I don't know if he's watching or not, but he's always, whispering sweet nothings in some of my guys. He's like, "Hey, come work for me."
Yeah. Like,
joking.
Poaching.
But I mean, they recognize the quality of employees, and those employees are scattered throughout our state at our offices. Everybody's got those employees, but I'm super proud of the boys that work for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just holding it down.
Kill it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Figuratively speaking.
Good. Keeping it clear with Cody Bowen. Last chance, if you want to put a question in the comments, put it there now. Otherwise, I'm going to ask him another question, and we're going to give it about 5 more minutes, and then we're going to go home.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Immigration. Ask about immigration. There's a lot of questions that come my way as far as immigration and what I
Oh,
can.
the whole with the Trump executive orders.
Yeah.
Let's hit that. Go ahead. Say the executive order on the whole immigration thing with ICE is there any how do you respond to that? How do you handle?
It's hard to handle.
I know.
Oregon has been a sanctuary state since the 80s, right?
Yeah.
There's been some stuff that was, anteed up in 2020, 2019, 2021 from the previous governor and really kind of, made this a safe haven for criminals to come. Before I start that, I want to say I have many friends that have gone through the process, that have entered our country legally and gone through the steps to become a legal citizen, and I'm all for that. And the problem that I have is that we have partners that are immigration agents. Law enforcement agents is what they are, and they're doing law enforcement the same thing we are. They might be enforcing a different law, but they're partners of ours. And for somebody to tell me that Sheriff of Union County, it is against the law for you to assist that other law enforcement agency, that lights my fire. I mean, that's like, don't come in here and tell me how to do my job. I'm going to do what's best for the citizens of Union County, and if we have a huge influx of illegal immigrants that are breaking laws, committing crimes, victimizing our people, don't tell me that I can't intercede in that. So that's been frustrating. What I will tell you, though, is that I can work with ICE. I can do things with ICE that some folks aren't aware of. It's very minimal. It's very limited. I can't make a phone call to an ICE agent and say, "Hey, I think I have an illegal immigrant here." No. I'll lose my certification. I'll lose my badge. My deputies cannot do that. If we get somebody in that we think is possibly here not of the correct status, we can't even ask them about that. There's laws that prohibit that, and we follow the laws.
Right.
But what I can do is if there is a warrant issued by a judge a federal warrant, as long as there's a judge's signature on it, it commands me as a law enforcement officer to take that person into custody.
100%.
I don't care if it's for immigration, if it's for committing crimes, whatever it's for. If I have that warrant in hand, I will arrest that individual as soon as we find him.
So even if it's a warrant from
Even if it's a warrant from ICE,
immigration.
as long as it's signed by a judge, I can do that.
Right.
If ICE were to come in here, and I don't want to scare anybody, but we don't have immigration problems in Union County.
No.
We just don't. We don't have the resources. We don't have the ability for them to hide well, to stay low, the jobs. We have issues in the construction areas, which I've learned from Western States Carpenters Association, in our neighboring counties, and possibly even some here, that people are working, being paid cash under the table or not being paid at all. So we have those issues with migrant workers.
That's everywhere.
That's everywhere. But yeah, if ICE were to come in here and say, hey, we have this house and this, like Hermiston, they have blocks of people that are neighborhoods that are ran by the cartel, literally ran by the cartel. If they were to come in here and say, hey, Cody, we have this house that we're going to go basically kick the door in and we're going to arrest some people. I can't effect an arrest. I can't go through that door with them. But my job and my role is how I assist that agency is keeping Union County citizens safe.
Yeah.
So if I'm on perimeter and I'm watching what's going on out and about and I'm keeping citizens safe and locking doors or notifying people, whatever that is, I'll cooperate with ICE all day long in that aspect. Right. So there's some things that I can do, and I'll be honest with you, there's going to be some things changing. Eventually, the ICE individuals, the program is going to get some more support. Oregon can't stay like this forever. No. I mean, you just can't do it. The population in Oregon, you're 400, 500,000 in those counties across the way the unspeakable counties. I got people that I love there, but at the same time, the people that control this state when it comes to the voting, they're going to be presented with a couple different options here, and I really see. I've been leaning out and speaking with a lot more folks that thought that I was a hardcore Republican, conservative, extreme right guy, and we're breaking down those walls and saying, I'm actually pretty liberal. I'm in the middle when it comes to this stuff. I'm not extreme one way or the other. And hearing those conversations and those concerns and questions, they're just as fed up as everybody else is when it comes to that. There's going to be, there'll be a governor's race here in a couple of years. We're going to have some outstanding candidates that I think will kind of mold those two groups together, and we're going to have some changes. We're going to have another governor, other than the governor that we have right now, that is not going to cater to that group of folks. And I'm excited for that.
Good. Tyson Shane says, how's the K9 program? Is there anything that the office would like to improve or add another K9 to the team?
The K9 program is awesome.
Yeah,
K9 Molly. Deputy Dane Jensen, he is her handler.
She bit me one time.
She did, in the suit.
Oh, yeah. Not in real life. That I put the sleeve on. I wish I was smaller so I could fit in the full-on suit. All I had on was the arm.
That's scary.
But I would like to take a little run and let her try to, Anyways, back to how Molly did.
It's going awesome. Molly's been with us for a few years now, and she does a great job. She is a PR king when it comes to good relationships in the community. Everybody loves Molly. She's a great way. The kids love Molly. Dane does an outstanding job with her. She's been very beneficial, not just to us, but to our neighboring counties with criminal apprehension, article searches, finding guns, drugs, clothing. She's an extremely good asset. As far as additional K9 units, no, that's not. We don't have the people. We don't have the funding. We just don't have the resources to have another K9. What it looks like in the future, if we keep her with the bite dog, if you will, versus
how often do they
dog.
rotate? You know what I mean? Like how long until a dog like that retires?
It'll be up to the handler. Dane,
it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
Dane will decide when Molly's done. He'll decide that.
And then he keeps her.
He'll keep her. Yeah, he's not going to get rid of her.
No.
Yeah,
no.
She's part of the family.
There's no way.
And then he has expressed interest in getting another K9 as well.
Oh, so he wants to stay in.
He wants to stay in the K9 role, and that it's a taxing job. I mean, it's not just
extra
you.
work.
leave them in the rig and jump in and go.
No,
it's not a
no,
gun.
no.
So when it comes to vacations, all that type of stuff. I mean, he's really. We have great partnerships, with the local businesses in the community that help with food, veterinary care. So it's a very expensive program, but as far as getting another one, when Molly retires, we will keep a canine program.
Yeah, and they have stuff for sale on the Union County Sheriff's
We
website.
do, yeah. You can buy a canine
plushie.
Molly dog.
Yeah, you can buy the dog, and it supports that program.
It does, yeah. You can come up and make a donation to the office and decide what you want that to go to. You can send it to the reserve program, the general fund. You can send it to Canine Molly. You can send it to our best program to help purchase shirts and books
For the kids.
Yep. Yeah, any type of donation that you want to make, we're absolutely always willing to accept that.
That's so awesome. What about, you guys recently got a drone, right?
We did.
Yeah, what have you used it for so far? Anything?
Well, we were looking at your house the
Any
other day.
criminals? Yeah.
No.
big
There's strict
white
regulations on what we can and can't do.
Like, oh man, oh man.
Yeah, we've used it consistently since we've received it. Again, that was a fully funded grant, a fully funded program from Wild Horse. Deputy Dylan Hamilton has gone through everything with getting his license, operator license, his log books, all the flights he does, everything. Willie Crippen is also with our search and rescue unit. He is also a certified drone pilot for us, so it assists.
He's been on before.
Yeah, great guy, very knowledgeable. One of those guys that you call and he answers and he's there, no matter when, where, what, he's there to help. Like a Nick Vora. I mean, those two dudes.
Oh yeah.
But either way, yeah, the drone program has been great. We've used it to assist our local fire units, wildland fire. We've used it on search warrants, checking out locations. We've used it
Oh, you've
search
used
and
it
rescue.
on a search warrant?
Yeah, we used
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
Like you go in
It's
and
always
you can kind of
no, not that. No, no, we don't fly in the house.
No, I didn't mean in the house, but you fly over the house and see if
Yeah, your surrounding areas, mapping
Yeah.
it, because we always have to develop a plan, obviously, a safety plan, emergency plan, whatever
Yep.
takes place. So, yeah, we've used our drone for all kinds of stuff like that. OSP did come at the tea house. Everybody knows the tea house.
Yeah.
They did come bring, and they brought a smaller drone, and they flew that inside the residence to help clear it, crashed it.
Oh, it's kind of like what the military does when
Yeah.
they're like it'll go up and check around corners and
Yeah.
things, so you're not putting a person.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
man. So the drone that's all grant funding from Wild Horse.
Yep, it's all grant funding from Wild Horse. Yeah, the robot program, which we haven't really had a chance to talk about, but Deputy Humphreys, he handles the robot. A tremendous asset, especially when it
What
comes
does
to
it
SWAT
do?
call out. Anything, it's got a camera on it. It can
grab
deliver
a bomb?
It can
Can it
deliver.
grab
Yeah,
like a-
it's got that capabilities. It's on tracks. It can deliver the throw phone. It can go in,
For like a
open up, make
hostage
sure-
situation
Yeah.
or a
Absolutely.
suicidal person or
Yeah.
whatever. Like you don't want to put an officer in harm's way.
sure.
You can use this robot. What's its name?
I don't know if it has a name.
We're gonna have to ask Humphreys.
We need to name it.
Yeah, why not? Let's do a contest. Let's see if Humphreys is down, and let's do a contest to name the robot.
All right.
I think that would be fun.
And Johnny 5 is off the table.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't use that.
Hey, laser lips. Your mama was a snowblower. You can't now. No.
We just dated ourselves so
Yeah,
bad.
Oh, wow, good man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like things are going well.
Things are going very well. Yeah,
That's good.
We're past the election. We're back to normal. Things are back to productivity, progress, morale is through the roof. Things are good. We can always improve. We're always looking for any type of critiques, questions, any issues you might have out there. And my deputies, my phone is open. Anything that you can do to help us. I've met I would call them a new group of friends, but folks that really been helping me out, kind of bridge that gap between preconceived thoughts about me and whatnot.
Good.
And a lot of good questions, just a lot of good communication. So I'm learning a lot of stuff and hearing some different points of views, and things are just really good.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Big thank you once again to Loveland Safe Ride. Jim Brown wins the Sled Springs Branch Bull Tag in there. They're having that fundraiser on the 10th. If you don't have anything going on, go support Loveland Safe Ride. It's the greatest program there is. I mean, really, it saves people from not only dying, DUIs, just a whole bunch of hassle. And it's just something that Kevin came up with 21 years ago. He had a friend who, had passed away in a DUI wreck, and he felt it on his heart that he needed to do something. And this is what it is. And it's now a nonprofit, and they're trying to get it so it will be sustainable for years and years to come. It's pretty awesome.
It's very awesome.
Things, and then you guys, man, this Union County Sheriff's Office, just a testament to what happens with your employees. This whole Dan Johnson thing, unbelievable, dude. Like really, like unbelievable. Like you guys are gonna give this dude a boatload of money, and no, I'm serious. Yeah. And I know money doesn't solve the problems, but it helps a little bit. It helps. It takes a little bit of pressure off, and that just shows you what this community is made of, Union County. And like I said before, that's why I love this place.
Yeah. Me too.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, Cody.
You too, brother.
Yeah. Keeping it clear with Cody Bowen. Until next time, we'll be back. Dodsy.